What's happening? What's up? What's good and what it do? Elegant Soul Food, Dr. Elegant Soul Food, Consecrated Nature Baby, coming through with a dearly departed video. Um, Gotta get down to people's misunderstanding of death and the belief that the person is actually gone. It's almost like a child in a game of peekaboo. Can't see, because I can't see, then you must not be there. But just because you can't see me, it doesn't mean I'm not there or they're not there. This is how people lose their power or misuse their power. They misuse their energy. They misuse their misuse of spiritual energy. Power, the ability, the strength, the efficacy, dominion, to be able. Those are all nouns. I'm a verb, baby. Verb, to supply with power. So, misuse of spiritual supply. Our beloved are dying at an alarming rate as part of the spiritual awakening. God, Goddess, Ancestor, Spirit Guide, the Creator is trying to heal our families and heal our communities. And that's why there's so many deaths. I've been asking this question for years. I'm just like, why are people dying in alarming rate? It was going to start before the pandemic, got exacerbated during the pandemic, and it's still continuing. And I was asking other people to help me understand it. I took what they said, not to discount anything that they were saying. It did shed some light to it, but I finally got the breakthrough revelation about what's happening as part of the spiritual awakening. Oh, excuse me. I had some Chipotle and I think they need to go out of business. I'm hoping I don't get sick. So yeah, pay attention to the way that people react to death. Pay attention to the ones that react to death in unpowerful ways. Remember, power is the ability, strength, the efficacy, dominion to be able to. What type of power are they using in their response to death? Because they're under the illusion that where we are is real, when this is the illusion and where they are in the spirit realm is real. So pay attention to the ones that act in unpowerful ways, the guilt mongers. I'm so guilty. Wish I didn't do that for this. The fear mongers. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just they gon' the pain peddlers. They want to just concentrate on the pain and keep realigning the conversations and the energy around the pain. They just want to pick every painful scenario apart and just run it in the ground. Beware these people. Pay attention to the thieves, the ones that are trying to divvy up, take, and exploit everything. Our beloveds that are transitioning, they want to take claim to it. They want to take stake to it again. And they lying. They lying. He wanted me to have this, that, and third, when actually you were forging his signature. Okay, let's be honest. Pay attention to the beggars. They can't do anything without getting some money for it. I'm going to play on your guilt, or use my guilt. I'm going to use my fear. I'm going to use my pain. I'm a thief. I'm a liar, and I'm a beggar. And so I'm going to, manipulate the situation because I know you vulnerable, and I'm going to keep your change. I'm going to manipulate the situation because I know you vulnerable, and because I'm trying to be there for you, then it's going to cost you this, that, and the third. Pay attention. Some of our beloved dearly departed were participants in the unhealed lifestyles, and this too is part of the awakening. I'm so sorry. If you are participating in unhealed lifestyles, where you're eating, drinking, smoking, things that are tearing your temple apart, you are not protecting your spiritual gateways and what you allow to come into your body, and you're letting that get a stronghold, then you're participating in your own demise. I saw something today where they say alcohol ruins your gut, marijuana ruins your mind, porn ruins the man. 19 Keys said that. I can't take credit for it. And so some of our beloved dearly departed were actual casualties of this awakening. They were innocent bystanders, and again, they actually came to be a part of the spiritual awakening, because people are leaving here in alarming rates and leaving to cut our eyes open so they can bring our families and communities together. So you got to pay attention to the people that are unpowerful in these situations and how they are trying to bring the collective community and families down. So whether the beloved dearly departed participated in unhealed lifestyles or if they were casualties in this situation. Oh my, I shouldn't have ate that Chipotle. There's so many dirty Chipotles. I'm sorry, I think they need to go out of business. Okay, so our ancestors, either way, our ancestors, the spiritual realm, the creator, are using death as another tool to expose areas that need to be healed in our families and communities. That's why deaths are happening at such an alarming rate. It's one of the dearly departed videos where I talk about it's just literally cutting our eyes open, things you want to be blind to. It's cutting your eyes open so you have no other choice but to look at it and deal with it. So in a society of loneliness is literally a pandemic, leaving people to the device of their own behavior and actions and their own divisive nature. I always say divisive energy. No divisive energy formed against my people will prosper. So change is possible, but it's not guaranteed. Force change. When somebody's trying to force change on you in the natural realm, that's manipulation. Period. Therapy may help you change, but it's not a guarantee. The fact is, facts do not change people's minds. Human decisions are not always logical. Emotions versus values and integrity. People will go with their emotion because it feels good, and they will defy and deny values and integrity. I told my uncle to back up the train. This just came on. I don't own the rights to this music, but just recently I lost a very close relative, and I was out of town when he transitioned, and my cousin was going up there. I said, when you go play back up the train, tell my uncle to back up the train. Don't leave. Okay. So that just came on the radio, so I'm taking this as a confirmation on what I'm saying. So emotion versus value and integrity, chaos versus peace, and the mentality being weak-minded versus, is that strong? Oh, it's having a strong mind or having strength. So you gotta be aware of these things. Notice who is trauma bonding with guilt, fear, pain, stealing, lying, offensive actions such as being spiritually reckless and manipulative with those other things I just mentioned to you. You know, the guilt mongers, the fear mongers, the pain peddlers, the thieves, the liars, and the beggars. Know who's coming together and riding that train and being that way. Oh, and be careful. If it's you, this is your message. Do something about it, man. Because people with abandonment issues and people that are like thirsty and thrive off getting attention seeking on all aspects of their life, this is your message. Because the way that we look and understand death is backwards. This is the illusion, and where they are, they would not change there for here. Again, in my my studies of being a doula, I watched this movie, which I need to watch again. I went to watch it just so I could deal with the death. I should not have ate that Chipotle. So I could deal with the death of one of my relatives. It was really young that died. He was like 20, 21. And so I went to go watch that movie just so I could get my mind right.